I've had a few requests on stability drills to implement into your programs to help with both static and dynamic elements of stability. That's one of the factors of PPA training that kind of stands out, is that I put a lot of stock into stability. And the reason I put stock into stability is that having power, having strength is awesome, but really it's only as good as our ability to express that, and a lot of times that's shortchanged by power leakages through associated joints and that kinetic chain. So today we're going to go over a few drills that are staples in the Project Pure Athlete programs, one of which is our single leg hop variations, and then we're going to do some toe, heel, and ankle walk variations as well. These are also really good rehabilitative exercises. So we're going to start with a single leg hop. We want to, first and foremost, stand up nice and tall, lift the other leg. You'll notice that I'm picking the other leg up out in front. Common mistake for a single leg hop is that people tuck this foot in behind, because it is very much more like natural and comfortable to be here. However, what happens is tucking that foot behind drops our pelvis forward. We then kind of lose neutrality through that lower back and pelvis. So pull that foot out in front. That'll also help to reinforce those stacked positions on takeoff. So number one is foot up in front. Number two, we're gonna take a tiny little controlled hop and then stabilize on that foot. Good, stabilize and work. You'll notice that I'm in my socks today. That's some definite extra work when it comes to doing these hops. I will make these hops look a little bit easier than they are. I've done them thousands and thousands and thousands of times. People ask me back when I was competing as a professional dunker, they're like, man, how do you jump so high? And when I would tell them that I would spend more time really just balancing and hopping around on my feet, they're kind of blown away to know that I don't really put all my stock into just being as strong as possible. So don't overlook the effects of stability. I promise you they will pay off dividends in the long run. So that's a single leg forward hop. I usually do these for lengths of the turf. You can do them for reps. If you're gonna do them for reps, somewhere in the rep range of about 10 to 15 hops per leg. Your low limb, your lower leg, calf, soleus, tibialis anterior, it's gonna be bumping, it's gonna be full of blood and pumped, so you're not gonna be able to do many more than that. You can go from a single leg forward hop into a sideways hop. Same setup, same tactics. Nice and tall, up over the hip, foot in front. Small hop, small stability. Hop, stabilize. Hop, stabilize. Your body does a lot to hold and grip the floor as you hop sideways. You can do these with your lead leg, you can do them with your trail leg, and I recommend doing them both ways. That way we're optimizing our physiology and those mechanics in both pronation, both supination, and then through our linear planes of action as well, both forward and backward. Love hops. I do them all the time with all my athletes, and they're like, man, hops again? And I say, you know what? We're gonna do even more. Now we are going to go into some toe and heel walk. This is can be used as a warm-up, this can be used as a cool down, this can be used on active recovery days or on deload weeks. We're gonna be in our socks or bare feet. We're gonna get up as high as we possibly can and walk on our toes. It's very simple. We want to be actively driving the toes into the ground. You can switch to a heel walk, which is going to be toes up. Now it's going to require the anterior, the front of our shin to be really active and pull those toes up. Walk with our toes. What's going to happen, and I'll walk back this way, is the instinct is, as you pull the toes up, is to drop the chest forward. We really want to fight to stay as vertical over those hips as possible. So just grin and bear the burning. It will subside. But if it feels like a hot knife in the leg, maybe not a hot knife, but if it feels like a nice bump, you're probably doing it right. Sorry, I'm a bit dramatic. The last one's going to be some ankle walks. This is where we're going to gather some of the outside edge of our foot. Most common injuries in basketball and volleyball: inversion ankle sprain, catching an edge, and rolling. A lot of the reason for this is if our body is not used to performing this movement, meaning that we avoid it, we lock our foot up as much as possible. When we do happen to drop into this inverted position, our musculoskeletal system, the tissues of the ankle have not adapted to being able to move through these ranges of motion. Our ankle is meant to be able to rotate 360 degrees. Not being said we can't spin it around in a circle, but there should be a large degree of rotation allotted for that ankle joint. So we're going to catch the outside edge, and we are going to gently walk on that outside edge of the foot. If this is brand new for you, I recommend just spending some time trying to put some weight onto the outside edge. If you've had some ankle sprains in the past, just be timid as you approach this drill. It can be uncomfortable. As long as we don't have any localized sharp pains, we should be doing things pretty well. It will feel like a nice deep stretch right up the side of that leg. Some great stability drills to start off with. Don't underestimate slowing down in order to speed up, okay? That's one of the big mottos here at PPA is we slow down to speed up, we train smart. It's not always about trying to leave the gym as tired as possible. Be smart, guys. We'll see you in the next one.